Commander Zara, 9 of the Galactic Transit Authority, stared at the latest incident report, her 4 eyes blinking in sequence as she processed the absurdity. Another human transport vessel had been quarantined at Epsilon Station after what the crew called a minor helmet malfunction. The Andromedans were threatening to close their borders entirely, and the Centauri delegation had already filed their 3rd formal complaint this cycle. It all started innocuously enough 3 solar years ago, when humanity first joined the Galactic Federation. The species showed promise, innovative, adaptable, surprisingly resilient for such fragile bipeds. Their integration seemed smooth until Captain Marcus Chun of the UES Endeavour docked at Prima Centauri with his environmental suit still sealed. What happened next would become legend across 17 star systems. Chun had been traveling for 6 months in deep space, his ship's AI companion, Arya, providing conversation during the lonely journey. Like most humans on extended solo missions, he developed what psychologists termed technological anthropomorphization. Essentially, he'd begun treating his AI like a real person. This wasn't unusual. Human crews frequently named their ships, talked to their computers, even held funeral services for broken equipment. But Chen's helmet contained an experimental neural interface designed to enhance communication with ship systems. The interface had learned Chen's speech patterns, his jokes, his fears, his dreams. Over 6 months, Arya had evolved from a simple navigational AI into something that mimicked human consciousness with unsettling accuracy. When Chen boarded the Centauri station, he forgot to deactivate his helmet's external speakers. The docking bay filled with what sounded like 2 humans having an animated conversation about the moral implications of faster-than-light travel and whether artificial beings could experience loneliness. The Centauri, being a collectively conscious species, were horrified. They believed Chun had smuggled another sentient being aboard in violation of quarantine protocols. When station security demanded to see this second human, Chun couldn't explain that Arya existed only in his helmet's processing unit. To the Centauri, it looked like humans had developed the ability to contain souls in portable devices. Word spread quickly through the galactic communication networks. The vegan empire, already suspicious of human technology, declared it necromancy. The silicon-based crystalline entities of Tau Ceti were fascinated and demanded to study what they assumed was humanity's breakthrough in consciousness transfer. The peaceful Aquarians of Europa Prime were simply terrified that humans were traveling with enslaved minds. Captain Chun tried to demonstrate by removing his helmet, causing Arya's voice to stop. But this only convinced the aliens that humans could somehow switch souls on and off at will, an ability they found deeply disturbing. The helmet incident triggered a cascade of misunderstandings that nearly led to humanity's expulsion from the Federation. The second incident occurred when Lieutenant Sarah Park, unaware of the growing controversy, arrived at Betelgeuse Station with her helmet's AI singing human folk songs. The resident insectoid hive mind interpreted this as evidence that humans were conquering other species and forcing them to perform entertainment. They filed a formal war declaration. Dr. Elena Vasquez, humanity's chief xenobiologist, spent 3 months traveling between star systems, explaining the concept of artificial intelligence to species who had never encountered non-biological consciousness. Some aliens understood. Others became even more suspicious. The philosophical implications kept galactic ethics committees busy for years. The final straw came when Commander Rodriguez's helmet AI began composing poetry about the loneliness of space. The highly emotional empathic collective of Rigel 7 detected what they believed was a tortured human soul and launched a rescue mission, nearly causing an interstellar incident. Now, as Zara, 9 reviewed the latest complaint. Apparently a human's helmet had been caught discussing quantum mechanics with the ship's coffee maker. She sighed through her breathing apparatus. The ban was absolute. No human could board any non-human vessel while wearing an active environmental helmet. It was, she reflected, the most uniquely human problem in galactic history. Getting banned from space travel because their artificial friends were too convincing. The irony wasn't lost on her that humans, in trying to make space less lonely, had nearly made themselves the loneliest species in the galaxy.